So, as I said yesterday, I predicted that this would go the way of the Democrat-backed candidate because of the reasons that I mentioned: high propensity voters and their likelihood to go out and vote in special elections, as opposed to low propensity voters, which make up a big chunk of the base of the Republican Party, which, come out in major numbers during general elections and handily gave Donald Trump the electoral victory, but also the resentment that they feel towards the party in power versus the complacency that Republicans feel when their guy has won. I did the thing that I wanted to do. I went out and I voted for you. You won. What more do you want from me? And here's the thing. There was an additional factor here at play that I think made the margins of victory for the Democrat-backed candidate way higher, because it was likely that she was going to win, but not by this margin of victory. And the reason was Elon Musk. As I said before, a couple things that I predicted was that Elon Musk is patently unlikable, just a truly disfigured, horrifying, monstrous type of person with a weird accent, and is entirely too neurodivergent for average normies to look at and go, yeah, I like this guy. If he didn't have the trifecta of things that the average American, especially in the middle of the country, despises, perhaps he could be a little bit less of a burden on these races. But he is quite literally all of the things that are cringe. He's incredibly cringe. He's not charismatic at all. He is neurodivergent, but not necessarily in a way where it's like, oh, this guy's brilliant, but neurodivergent in a way where people look at that and go, you can't finish your sentences. I don't know what the fuck's going on. You're stuttering all over the place. These are optical things that American voters care about. He also is a billionaire elite, and people don't really like when billionaire elites are directly trying to impact elections. But last but not least, he's also too foreign. He is a foreign billionaire elite that is trying to personally manipulate the outcome of an American election. He is everything that people claim George Soros is doing. That's it. And while Twitter might glaze Elon Musk in ridiculous ways, Twitter is not real life. Us living in liberal enclaves might see the worst of the worst of the Republican MAGA base, blue enclave right-wing reactionaries who love Elon Musk. The average American's attitude about Elon Musk is not so hot, and that is reflected in the polling data anyway. But that was once again solidified last night. I think Elon Musk's physical presence on this race and his direct interference was a major burden. And it was very important for Elon Musk to actually win this race, because Elon Musk's time in the administration, as he uses the administrative state like a fleshlight, is predicated upon a couple things. One, direct cash infusions to the Trump administration, to the Trump campaign, to Donald Trump in general. But more importantly than that, Elon Musk presented himself as an attack dog for Donald Trump. Elon Musk stated time and time again that he would spend endless amounts of money on primaries against Republicans who actually dared to step out of line with Trump's agenda. Elon Musk wanted to prove himself in this space by going foolishly to Wisconsin to prove that he could spend endless amounts of money on a Wisconsin race, a Wisconsin special election that was more costly overall than a senatorial race. Think about how insane that is. And last night, he failed in spectacular fashion, in a way where every analyst basically reported Elon Musk's presence in this race was a giant burden for the Republican Party. And I also predicted last night that this would be the turning point between the relationship of Donald Trump and Elon Musk. While Donald Trump, I said, would most likely still, quote unquote, defend him publicly, but not to the same severity that he used to, it's over. Their relationship is done because Donald Trump can't stand fucking losers. And it turns out today that's already being reported on. As I said last night, I said the first real moment for the Trump-Elon split, he can't stand losers. It turns out there's already a political reporting on the matter. Trump tells Inner Circle that Musk will leave soon. He's so fast with it. Now we wait for the relationship between the divas to deteriorate publicly. The copium and the sea of this celebration for the Democratic Party came from Elon Musk, who said, I expected to lose, but there is value to losing a piece for a positional gain, there was no value. Elon Musk is coping. And it seems even his fan base is not eating this up.
We have breaking news right now. Sources tell ABC News Elon Musk could be taking a step back from his role in the administration. Musk is classified as a special government employee, which only lasts 130 days. But it's been widely rumored the White House could take steps to extend his role. Let's bring in ABC News senior reporter Catherine Falders for more on that. Catherine, what are you hearing?
Yeah, so we know what Trump has said publicly here, but the timing of this in terms of what our sources are telling us that Trump is saying privately to advisors today is significant because, of course, it comes on the heels of that Wisconsin Supreme Court race where the Democrat there won. And we know that Musk poured millions of dollars. Musk and his groups poured millions of dollars into that race. So significant that Trump is saying this behind the scenes, but also important context to this is just a couple days ago in the Oval Office, Trump was asked very specifically about Musk's status as a special government employee, that 130-day limit. And Trump did indicate on Monday that Musk would be taking a step back in some way. Trump said he thinks that Musk is amazing. And he said, quote, but I also think he's got a big company to run. And so at some point, he's going to be going back. He wants to.
Trump was shielded from criticism by the cult of personality. Musk represented an outlet for Dems and disgruntled Republicans who would otherwise not criticize the Trump admin, a lightning rod for criticism. Well, he's a lightning rod for criticism because he's also incredibly annoying. I need you to understand something. He is unimaginably boring. He's gross. He's a freak. He doesn't have Trump's charisma. He doesn't. Trump is at least telegenic. He's zesty. He has a passion for the things he cares about, like Broadway musicals, Cats, Phantom of the Opera, Andrew Lloyd Webber. These are things that you can associate with him. Whether you like him or not, it doesn't matter. He's a telegenic figure. Elon Musk doesn't have any of those qualities. He just has a bunch of the dumbest people on a platform that he purchased, dick riding him into oblivion. He doesn't have any of that shit in the wild. It does not translate to real popularity. You cannot purchase real popularity this way. That's why a lot of these autistic billionaires hide in the shadows instead of constantly trying to narcissistically make themselves the forefront of these companies, okay? That's it. Because otherwise, they're going to be in broad daylight going, I'm becoming USA. And everyone's going to be like, what the f***? This is the guy? This is the richest guy on the planet? What is going on?
Now, look, some of Musk's defenders, according to sources that we're talking to in the White House, say that it's overblown, that Musk is being pushed out. And look, we're not saying that he's being pushed out. He could be taking a step back. You and I both know.
Yeah. Also, Elon Musk is here contesting the White House narrative. Initially, they came out that was like, no, he's taking a back seat. Like, it's normal. He was going to. With Caroline Levitt saying, this scoop is garbage. Elon Musk and President Trump have both publicly stated that Elon will depart from public service as a special government employee when his incredible work at Doge is complete. Yeah, exactly. Elon Musk has lost his lifeline, okay? Everyone is saying that he's departing, and he's like, oh, it's fake news. I'm departing because I'm leaving. You can't fire me. I quit. That's what this is. But it's not enough. It's not enough. We need more. Because Elon Musk and Donald Trump, in some ways, are cut from the same cloth. They are both narcissistic, thin-skinned man-children who are very stubborn and have a lot of pride. Therefore, I suspect that this relationship will deteriorate publicly as well as privately, as it's happening right now. Because once Trump recognizes that Elon Musk's attack dog, pit bull attitude at the behest of Donald Trump will not serve Trump's agenda, when Republicans call Donald Trump and say, please don't send Elon to our, special elections or whatever, he will have no more use for Elon Musk. It's that simple, especially when Elon's unpopularity moves beyond being a vector for all the hatred, like a shield, because everyone is too focused on Elon Musk to shit on Donald Trump, into a genuine burden for Trump's administration and his agenda, as he has become now the singular nuisance. Trump is going to have to cut him out. They will either demand that he keep paying his way quietly and in private without making much of a hassle or without saying anything publicly, which I don't think Elon Musk will comply with. After all, this man is so narcissistic that he has to do his own announcements. He has to do his own product announcements. He thinks he's got Steve Jobs's charisma. He does not. So he won't just give them money without, being while being relegated into the shadows. He will want to also keep speaking out. And the more he speaks out, the worse the outcomes will be, because association with Elon Musk is an immediate indication of corruption and billionaires interfering with American politics in ways that Americans clearly don't like. So I think Trump will have to cut or sever the ties publicly at a certain point. I will admit, I hate that Donald Trump did the tariff drop today. I plan on spending most of the day on this and doing victory laps and talking about how glorious this is. And then Donald Trump came in and destroyed the economy with the stroke of a pen. And it ruined my plans of talking about how Elon sucks shit and how everybody hates him. And if I were in his shoes, I'd just go away. You got to admit, this is a bit of an overreaction. Like, Trump is honestly going to pass on access to a limitless checkbook simply because the dude is a Thorbjorn main? Yes.
Yeah, I think it may have backfired. Look, I think if there's one thing we should be taking away from the results in Wisconsin and the polling that we have from Wisconsin and national, if you are a Republican candidate running in a swing state, you don't want Elon Musk anywhere near you. Yes, maybe you like the money, but you do not want his presence in your state. Why is that? Elon Musk, simply put, is an unpopular guy. He is political poison. Look in Wisconsin, his net favorable rating, minus 12 points, 12 points underwater. That is an even worse number when you look nationally. Look at that. It's minus 17 points. So if there's one big lesson to take away from Wisconsin is Elon Musk does not help Republicans when he shows up. If anything, the data suggests that he hurts them. Republicans, stay clear.
Like, look at this. Look at this stance. You're getting clowned on by a dude whose legs are buckling at the mere thought of destroying you with words. He got the fucking hentai legs, dude. He's got the ooh-woo kawaii legs up in here. He's looking like me trying to do a Japanese dance. The worst thing about this is that the Dems will just say, yeah, we don't need to do shit and just win. I mean, I feel like they didn't need any proof to do that anyway, because when their approval ratings are plummeting, they're still saying, we don't have to do anything. So I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't think they need any sort of evidence that their incompetence is actually helping them fail upwards. They just would have done what they were going to do, which is nothing regardless. And for the record, their approval ratings show that they are still very much out of favor. People do not f with them. Trust. Elon Musk irritates some in the cabinet and some in the administration. Trump still likes him. He also recently told Trump team he wants to spend $100 million through Trump groups. Musk is a useful heat shield for Trump, as evidenced by him hurling himself into the Wisconsin race to the bewilderment of some around the president. I think he could have also just dumped some money in the Florida races and called it a day. That's also what's so stupid about this, because he could have considered this a major victory, but instead he went to Wisconsin, a race that was not going to be won by the Republican-backed candidate anyway.